Ashwaju is one person who wants everybody to be happy.
Okay.
You take Buhari for instance. The only kudos you can give Buhari is that he's not corrupt. But people are suffering. People are suffering. People are suffering. People will tell you it's Buhari that is the cause of peace and so on and so forth. And the only reason why that is happening is that the Buhari did not open his doors to the people. Even journalists, to be able to talk to them, to say, this is what we are doing, this is what. Apart from those journalists, additional, and the other person, Gabashin, they are the only people who project. If he had opened his doors to all of you, you will have different stories to tell. If you see the President of America, anytime he wants to speak, every journalist will be there. And they will write what he has told them because they believe what he told them is the truth. But when they don't see you, so that's the major difference I know. Ashwaju will open his doors to everybody. Ashwaju will listen to the people. And when you listen to the people, you will be able to satisfy their aspiration, their yearnings. You will be able to satisfy their yearnings. That is the major difference that you will have. Number two, if you enclose yourself, you will never feel the suffering of the people. Ashwaju is one person who will not enclose himself, who will go out, even to parties, to listen. When you go to parties, you don't go party only to, if you are a politician, you don't go to parties only to drink and talk. You go to parties to listen to what people have to say, the feelings of the people about you. Even if you are a council chairman, even if you are governor. Now, if you are president, you have your security with you. That security does not put you in prison. That is the only thing. If not, all of us will have enjoyed Buhari's
administration.
If not for Buhari, we will all be eating dustbin by now. In Jonathan's government, one woman told $360 billion. One woman. The central bank was empty by the time he took over. So it was the one, it was Buhari, who made it possible for what we are today. If it had been PDP that continued, we would have been in serious trouble. That's because the thing will continue. So, a president must open himself up to the people. And how do you open yourself up to people? You must allow the journalists to come around you. They will tell you, they will ask you questions. They are the ears of the people. They will ask you a question and you will reply, and then you will say whatever it is, you will defend yourself. In 6 years, I don't think none of us have been able to have access to God. I have not been able. There is no attempt I have not made to see him. No, it's not possible. So, it's difficult to say something about the person you don't know. Very difficult. So we only act on what Shehu Gaba and Additional says. Even I told Additional several times, wrote letter, I want to see Buhari. But during the campaign, what we were seeing each other. Now that he was president, he closed his door against it. That was really closed. So all of you, when you become president, don't close yourself against the people. You are the president of the people, not of a cabal. That is the only problem. But I assure you that I know. He will mix with everybody. He will let you know what is happening. He will ensure that you are happy. Anytime you are with Ashwaju, is a happy time. You. Has any of you seen Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu where he's praying before? Muslims pray 5 times a day. Abi?
Yes, sir.
Even my driver. Sometimes I go out. I have to wait for him
To finish his prayer before you
to
come
finish his prayer. Has any of you ever seen Ashwaju?
No, sir.
Festival period, sir.
Unless when he goes to Mecca.
No.
Festivals. During
Festivals.
festivals.
During
Now and
the
here and all
festival,
that.
all of us go there. I go to the mosque with them during festival. If there is a festival, so also does he go there. His wife is even a pastor. In the West here, in the West here, we are both Christian and Muslim. There is no family that hasn't got Muslim or Christian. The Archbishop, the Catholic Archbishop who just died, came from my village. His father was the chief imam. Archbishop Fashino.
His name was Ayinde, and he never.
His name is Ayinde. He didn't change it. His father was the chief imam. So in the south here, we are both Muslim and Christian. It's not an issue here. When I was young, when I was small, we all have Yidi, that is Ilea,
Yeah.
and we all go to Obalende every Yidi time. Everybody,
That Christian.
whether Christian, will just take mat, begin to go towards Obalende. During Corpus Christi, we also go to Obalende. Everybody,
Both Christian and Muslim.
both Christian and Muslim, we all go there. We all line up the street when they are carrying the chalice during Corpus Christi to Obalende. So in the south here, it's not an issue.
You don't discriminate that much.
Your wife may be a Muslim, you may be a Christian. Look at Fashola, who was governor of Lagos. He's a Muslim. His father, his wife is the head of the women in the Catholic Church. So that shows you it's not an issue here. Now in the north, it's an issue because they are all Muslims. And if you find in the north that they are fighting for land, it must be around Benue, where you have
Yes.
Igbos and Fulanis
Bandits.
and some this thing in one state. Some of you don't even know that Benue State was created from Enugu State, Abakaliki.
Yeah, because sometimes ago they
Some
had
of you don't know.
issues.
The majority of the people in Benue, they are Igbos. Some of you don't know. So, between them, they have issue of being Christian and Muslim. But the Igbos are mainly Christian, and these other
The
people
Benue Corps,
are mainly
Muslims.
So you see a lot of people from Benue, people who are Yorubas, they are Catholic. Because the majority of the people that are Igbos. In the 70s, I was a salesman. I used to go to Abakaliki. They speak Igbo there. They speak Igbo. They have their own language, which they also have.
Dialect one.
But they speak English. They speak Igbo. Igbo and English. So how many of you know that Benue was created from Enugu State? And Enugu State, Abakaliki was part of Enugu State. So we don't know. Now let's take Jos, Plateau State. Plateau State again. We always have problem of Muslim and Christian. In the early years when the mining was going on, the British people used the Igbos mostly to mine. There were other units too, but the Igbos were the majority. They were mining because they were already mining coal in Enugu. So they have experience of mining. So these are some of the research you people should do. Why do they fight here? Why do they fight here? Why is there fight in Northeast? You go back into history, you will find all those places they are fighting, they are the places that were formerly of your empire.
They have their own established fundamental issues.
Now you have caught them and you have said they are northern Nigeria. If you look at what they wear, you find the same thing either in Bornu or what's the other one? No, all those Kataraba, those were Cameroonians. Those people were called Cameroonians at that time. You see, most of you don't know. So this is the arrangement that we have. So during the creation of state, some people try to say this is my land, this is my land. That is why you have them fighting all the time. You cannot see them fighting of land in Sokoto. You cannot see them fighting of land in Kano. You cannot see those who are not. But those border states where we created many
States.
many people, many groups that are not the same to come together. Many ethnic groups to come together and give them state. That's where you always have problems. So you will also have boundary with Niger. So we've always had problem there. These are the things you must study. And then you will have equipped yourself how Nigeria is and why there are troubles in all these things. If you take Southwest, for instance, up to Kogi, Yoruba land. But when they get to Kogi, many ethnic groups were brought together. So there is a fight among them. Let me get this land, let me get this land, and so on and so forth. The same thing in the east. Calabar, Port Harcourt, Benue. They were all Eastern Nigeria before. Only parts were northern that they fought to join Abakaliki to form what we now call Benue. So all of us, let's equip ourselves with the history of Nigeria, with the lands of Nigeria. Then we will understand our problem. So I will say to you that all of us will enjoy Adefuye Bola Ahmed. Do you know now that he even has more support in the north than
Yeah.
and even the southwest?
Of
Yeah.
course, sir.
He has support in the north than the southwest. And most of you will wonder, why are we not having support from the east? These are historical facts, that there is rivalry between the Igbos and Yorubas. We have transferred that rivalry to our children, and they have taken it as if we are enemies of each other.
Correct.
Oh, no matter what you do, they still treat you with suspicion. We have tried many times to cooperate with the Igbos. If you remember, there was a time Awolowo took an Igbo man as his vice. That Igbo man, they did not even vote for him in his local government. I'm just telling you this history so that you will know why. Instead, they voted for the Northern Party. These parties were, you have NCNC there for Igbo, you have Action Group for Yoruba, and you have NPC for the Northern. There was also a time in the West where at that time they were not parties, they were groups. And Adefuye has believed that his group had won. But when the Yorubas found out that for Igbo man to come and be premier in the West, they all crossed over to Egbe Omo Oduduwasa. So all that hatred is there between the two sides until we begin to enjoy the confidence of each other, and that will take time. Because if you speak to an Igbo man, even though he's eating from you, his daily bread is from you, you still see, when you talk of politics, you see him change immediately. No matter how friendly, no matter how loved both of you are. When it comes to politics, then it becomes rivalry. A Yoruba man wants to become president. Right. They won't allow us to. They believe that when they cooperate with the North, they will gain the advantage of occupying the juicy position. But that's not true now. Whether you vote for me or you don't vote for me, then the Nigerian Constitution says that every part, you must take your minister from every part of the country. So that also is a part that we all know. So it's a complicated thing. But all I know is that the Yorubas now have tried to establish a friendly relationship with the North and a religious relationship with the North. And we are more acceptable in the North than before, because we don't carry religion on our head. They say, kill all Muslims, do all this. No, it has never happened on this side. So I believe Adefuye will win. When he wins, he should not make religion the issue. People should not make religion the issue. Okay, let me tell you. This government, the VP, the vice president is a pastor. Did it make any difference? Huh? Did they increase food on your plate?
No.
being Christian, being Muslim, let us get people who can do the work. Even though sentimentally, one will say, look, if we are Muslim, look, Christian, it's sentimental. We all feel sentimental about that. And I myself, I feel that sentiment. But if you pick a Muslim, if you pick a Christian from the north, supposing they all now vote for Atiku, this one. Do you understand? So we have to be very careful. We have to understand politics.
The strategy to be adopted.
Politics is not as easy as Muslim ticket, Christian Muslim ticket. No. And I'm sure people are beginning to be wiser. The last government was Kong Muslim and Kong Christian. Did the people enjoy?
Well,
The last government was Christian Muslim. And the fight was between Christian and Muslim. If the president is Muslim, who will win? Who will win? So it's a long fight. Let us put people there who could do the work. Aso Rock is not Aso Church and it's not Aso Mosque. Aso Rock is the head of the base of Nigerian government, not the base of Christian or Muslim. Let all of us come together and work together. Not leave for Shivaji, leave Buhari. They were two strong religious people to rule the country. I don't mind Muslim, Christian, provided they are ready to do the peace of the people. They were two strong religious bygones. And that was why everything was like that. If I do this now, they will say it's because I'm Christian. If I do this now, they will say it's because I'm Muslim. And let me do this for my Muslim. He's only doing for Muslim. He's not doing anything for the Christian. That's not the issue. The issue is let us have good people that God will give the grace to work for us. We've had Christians there before, and we all suffered. Obasanjo was a Christian. Jonathan was a Christian. Did you enjoy anything better? Every time I suffer.
Okay, sir, for record purpose, please, we would like to know you better. You introduce yourself officially for those that will be listening and watching you live.
We had an introduction. Senator Anthony
Just
Adefuye.
mention your name, sir.
I don't need introduction. May God bless us. May God guide us. May God give us good people to rule us. That's all.
Thank you, sir.
And if you know what happened during the Afiaju, you will know it's God's grace. It was at the 11th hour that it happened, like magic. And people started stepping down. At 12 hours in the afternoon, things were still not like that. 12 in the afternoon, the message was that they have taken the thing down to Ashwaju, Amishi, and Vice Shibaju. Then at around 2, it's now Shibaju and Amici. Then at around 5 o'clock, now the first person who called me is from Bauchi. He said, now we now have green light to go and vote for Ashwaju. So you can see the divine grace. It was a battle. I was afraid.
A tense moment.
I thought Nigeria we burst into fire. And in a minute, everything calmed down.
Peace out.
People started rejoicing. Where they went to have their convention, some of us didn't go, hoping that, hey, Allah will shed. Became where people are now dancing and singing praise. Let's all just thank our Lord, who has been very, very good.